Now, sir, it's a flurry of IPOs opened in today's date. I think 4 IPOs have opened, and Tata Group's first IPO in nearly 20 years in the name of Tata Technologies has also opened for subscription. And even I was looking at the financials. The company is debt free, has a good presence in the E-R&D space, but there's a high concentration risk as 40% of its entire revenue comes from Tata Motors and JLR. Do you think that is the reason why the company's valuation, the valuation that they are asking for, is significantly reasonable compared to peers?
Yes and no. I think, yeah, and that point is valid. They have 40%, 38% of business coming from Tata Motors plus JLR. But also, I think they're leaving a lot of stuff on the table for the investors to benefit. Tata Group has been known for their, superior corporate governance practices, and I'm sure this has played a role in the pricing of the issue as well. As far as Tata Tech is concerned, I think it's a superb company. Engineering R&D is a niche area where there are few peers. There, if you look at the breakup of their revenue, 50%, almost 50% comes from the automobile sector. Another 30% is coming from aerospace, balance from heavy machinery sector. Now, look at the automobile. The biggest transition in our lifetime. Why in our lifetime? Maybe in the entire auto industry's lifetime is happening. The transition from ICE to EV. And now this transition, there's a big role for an E-R&D company operating in this area. And that is the niche where they're operating in. Again, if you look at aerospace, I think there is a significant amount of, changes happening. This sector is booming. And we are talking about, private space travel. Now, under these circumstances, this is another area where there's tremendous potential going forward. They operate in this area in the E-R&D space. Now, I think these are fantastic areas to operate. There's a great track record they have established already. This is not a new company they have incorporated and started. This is a pretty reasonably old company, 94 vintage, and they have a track record of delivering, performing, a strong balance sheet, great parentage, good credentials in the market. So I think it's absolutely fine to go ahead and apply for this IPO. To the specific point of the concentration of business, I think they will diversify. And look, today I think JLR and Tata Motors are a leading player in EV in India, and globally also they are trying to become. There are not too many EV players. Also, this company works for Tesla. They works for VinFast. So other leading EV companies. So I'm sure they will diversify going ahead, and it will be a more diversified revenue stream going ahead. So we should not get too perturbed with this 40% concentration risk and things like that. I think it's a great company coming at a great valuation at the right time and in the right sectors.
All right, sir. 3 other IPOs are also opening: Flair Writing, Gandhar Oil Refinery, and Fed Bank. Between the four, what would be your order of preference? Tata between the four, including Tata Tech, I mean.
So Tata Tech definitely will be number one. I think, I would also look at Gandhar and Flair, and finally Fedfina. Not because, the one is better or worse, just the fact that I think the potential for upside based on the valuations at which they are coming in and the opportunity, considering the export. Gandhar's 50% revenue comes from export market, international markets. I think that's a very good thing to have under the current circumstances. To a great extent, protects them from currency fluctuation and a whole lot of other things. The opportunity size is humongous. The entire, most of the FMCG products need soaps, shampoos, creams, all that needs the base oil, which is white oil, which is Gandhar's, Gandhar is supplying. They're a very strong player in the industry with great track record. As far as Flair, it's a very well diversified business into stationery, writing instruments, and other
Right.
things. The brands are strong, and there is again a significant potential with. We know how India is developing, what kind of penetration of education and educational requirement is happening, and the kind of focus government and the private sector has on education. So I think the scope for Flair also is good. As far as Fedfina is concerned, they're talking about catering to the unbanked segments, and that is their focus area. That's what they're clearly saying. I think it's a good niche. There is competition, there are challenges, there are asset quality issues in this particular segment from time to time. So while I don't want to take anything away from FedFina, but if you ask me to rank them in order of preference, that will be my ranking.
Right. So that's Sudip sir for you. Sir, always a pleasure talking to you. Appreciate your thoughts, sir.
Thank you.